Yes, let's now move to the English Premier League champions, Arsenal. And AFTV Crew is in Kenya on a 6-day tour. And yesterday, Franklin Kipruto had a chance of speaking to Robbie, who's one of the founders of Arsenal Fan TV, which it was called back then, but now is AFTV. And of course, they spoke about what the expectations are of this season, if they're going to, of course, retain the league, and as well as if they might win the Champions League. Take a look.
Very much, Robinson on Kenya. I'm here in Nairobi, where the football content creator and the founder of AFTV, that is Arsenal TV, is here for a 6-day program just to meet with the professional footballers, professional content creators, and also professional sports journalists, aim at engaging and fans, and also to make sure that they earn something from their online platform on content creation here in Kenya.
Kenya. I love Kenya. You know what, from even before I came here the first time, I'd seen videos of Arsenal fans in Kenya. I was like, oh, where is that? That's in Kenya. That the fans are so passionate. And I was like, yeah, we've got to get there, we've got to get there. So we'd been to a couple of other African countries, and it seemed natural that we had to get out here. And then the first time we came, we were blown away.
About Arsenal are the 2025-2026 champions, and also now we are seeing that Arsenal are doing a lot of signing, like the Bruno Guimaraes. What is the impact of him coming to Arsenal?
Well, listen, he'll be a great signing because he's a fantastic player, and I'm excited. You know, Bruno Guimaraes and Declan Rice in the midfield. That's going to be some midfield. And midfields are where you win games. It's the most important part of the pitch, really. Is that engine room, and Bruno is one of the best in Europe, so I think that's going to be a fantastic signing. And also showing a lot of ambition. I like it. You know what I mean? We've won the league.
The rumours about the Vinícius Júnior coming to Arsenal. What's your take?
We're praying, man. We're praying. Listen, if Vinícius Júnior comes to Arsenal, for me, I think it'd be the biggest signing in Premier League history. I really do. I was saying in there, maybe you could say maybe when Ronaldo came back to United, that was huge, but I don't know, man. This signing would be exciting. He's still in his prime. He's still, 25, 26. He's an unbelievable player. We saw him at the World Cup. He was Brazil's best player. He would be, I mean, I get excited thinking about it. I don't want to get carried away. It's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. Arsenal got the money to do it. They want him. You know, not sure if, Madrid want him, but how badly do they want him? We want him badly. And I think if he comes to London, he will be an absolute hero. I think sometimes when you've got a player like him, you sometimes need to leave to achieve those. I think somebody like Vinícius Júnior would like to win the Ballon d'Or one day. Right? He should have won it before. But I think he'd like to win the Ballon d'Or. But is he going to win the Ballon d'Or at Real Madrid with Mbappe there? Because Mbappe is the main guy. But if he came to Arsenal and, say, took us to another Premier League and took us to a Champions League, he could win it there. A bit like what Dembele did by moving from Barcelona and going back to PSG. So, come. Vinícius, come, let's go.
You see, defending the title is very hard for Arsenal. Next season, 2026-2027 season, what could Arteta do so that he can defend his title?
Well, it's going to be tough. It's all about consistency. I think we've got a very good team. I think, you know what, right, which could be very, very important for Arsenal coming into this next season. Can we keep our players fit? I see they've made lots of changes in the medical staff. And I think that's because I feel that if Arsenal last season, if our key players would have been fit, I think we would have won the league easily. But if you think about it, last season, Saka was missing for half of the season. So was Odegaard, so was Havertz. You know, some key players, you know what I mean? Too many injuries, Timber missing the run-in. If we can get these players fit for the majority of the season and add to that, I think we'll have a great season because we've...
Lastly, let's talk about the Champions League. Heartbreak 2006, 2026. What next for Arsenal in Champions League?
I think just go again, you know what I mean? We got to the semi-final the previous year, we got to the final last year. We're getting there, we're there, we're knocking on the door. Get back to another final, man. And, let's try and get over the line. But, you know, it was on penalties. I think a lot of people forget that. It weren't like we went to the final and got smashed like what happened to Inter. You know, we got to the final, we were winning 1-0. Maybe we should have went for that second goal a bit more. You know what I mean? You've got to learn from those things and come again. But, you know, I think Arsenal will come again. It's a hard thing to win, but it's the thing that's missing for us.
Will Arsenal defend its title?
Only 3 teams in the Premier League have won back-to-back. We're yet to do it. And I haven't said it on camera that I think we'll do it. I think we'll win a major trophy. I'm more looking at the Champions League next season. I think it might be. The only team I do worry about a little bit is Man City. I feel like they still got good players. I know Pep's going, but Haaland's still there. If Rodri goes, I might not fear them as much. But if he stays, if there's other key Man City players that hang around, I just think if you've got Haaland in your team, you always have a chance to be a problem. But yeah, I think defending it's going to be tough. We'll be up there. We're definitely not going to fall off. We'll be up there competing. I just don't know if I can say yet.
Talk about Morgan Rogers. He was to come to Arsenal, but Chelsea snatched him. What's your take?
What's my take? Listen, he loves to do this. He's going to be chilly over in Chelsea because it's going to be somewhere it's not going to be good for him, in my personal opinion. I just think Chelsea as a setup, the club, I see a lot of players go there, and their careers tend to not really go in a trajectory that we've seen many Arsenal players that have signed for Arsenal. This season we won the league. There's an upward trajectory. They laughed when we got Noni. He's now a Premier League winner. Obviously, Mudryk was the last time we got a signing taken from us by Chelsea, and we saw how that went. Morgan Rogers, I'll be honest, it wasn't my number one either. So I'm not too hurt. He was going to play on the left wing for us. So I don't think he's a left winger. I think he can play there, but Eze can do the same role that he can. So for me, I wasn't too hurt when he went to Chelsea, if I'm being completely honest. And I interviewed him. I did what you did with me today. I interviewed him at the PFA Awards. He won Young PFA Player of the Year. He's a good player, and I admitted that, and I congratulated him on the season he had. But I just feel, if you've made that decision to go to Chelsea, I don't know, I'd change. Look at Aubameyang when he went there after coming to Arsenal. Yeah, listen, he might have a good career. He's still young. He's still gonna have a good career. But I just think I question his ambition when you say Chelsea come in, a lot of money, British record transfer fee, or you go to the champions of England. What are you going for? Are you going for money, or are you going for your career to be successful? I don't know. That's my take.
We see a lot of Kenyan talent come through those pipelines. So, when you see partnerships like this with AFTV, I hope that one day, our players going through our Chapadimba platform will also wear an Arsenal t-shirt one day, right? We already have 4 of the people who went through our tournament playing at WAFCON, so we believe this is possible. The second thing is around content creation, right? We talk about the creative economy severally, but I think as Safaricom, we're very clear that we need to empower them. The great thing about the digital age is that it's opened up so many opportunities for Kenyans, and Kenyans are at the forefront of that when it comes on the continent, and I think globally when you look at the numbers, right?
Robbie Lyle visit is expected to stand between the traditional sports journalism and the digital journalism here in Kenya and also all over Africa, so that the young generation can get something from their online spells in sports.
Well, thank you very much, Franklin Kipruto, who was with the crew from AFTV, who are on a tour here.